Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Weekly Spark. And this one's a little bit different. I am wanting to get back to doing more pages for me, sharing techniques and sharing inspiration with you, but maybe stepping back a little bit from the teacher role. A lot of the videos so far in Weekly Spark to this point in the year, it's currently May, have been a bit more teachery, because that's the world I come from, and that often is my comfort zone, especially kind of trying to be on camera and all that. So I'm working to take things back to the page for me with the kinds of pages that I do. I mean, I like all the pages I've done for Weekly Spark, but they maybe were a bit more planned. Right. So lately I'm trying to do more pages that are just a bit more from me, from the heart, spontaneous, and just a bit of a glimpse into how I take it to the page. So this one is actually something that I do when I travel or go to an event. I like to collect as much paper ephemera, ticket stubs, maps, things like that from that actual event, and then create kind of a page, but also it's a memory page. And so this one that I'm working on right now, it's going to be really quick and simple. It's one half of a spread to set the memories from the two fairy festivals so far this year. The first one was the May Day Faerie Festival. It was held at Marshy Point outside Baltimore, and it's in connection with Spoutwood Farms. So that is truly a special place to me because it's where I first really found this fairy family of mine. And the fairy festival community is kind of steeped in the philosophy of magic in the world around you, reverence for nature, and an appreciation of fantasy and mythical creatures and fantasy creatures from all worlds, from all elements, from all fandoms. So one side of the page will be for Spoutwood, the May Day Festival at Marshy Point, and the other side will be for Bringing in the May, which is a new little one-day fairy festival in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, organized by a Spoutwood family member, as it were. So I will put information in the comments about those festivals, so maybe you want to put them on your calendar for next year, because they're pretty awesome. But this is just a look at my page and some of the things that I'm putting together to make that memory. Let me turn the camera around. So I started this at Marshy Point. I had taken my art journals so that people could flip through and, get information about the classes that I teach. And so this was one of the trail maps. The thing that I like about Marshy Point is that they have, you could put the maps back when you're done with them. And so that encourages there to be less waste. So although I did choose to take the map, I really like that thoughtfulness in their organizational setup so that, they're not creating more litter. This was my wristband that marked me as a vendor. And I'm just going to cut that because I think I might weave it in. These are two little pictures. I have a Canon Ivy, and that is a little Bluetooth sticker printer. And so those are printed from two different photos with good friends of mine. And then I have a few tiny little pictures of some of the other fairy creatures, both friends and kind of celebra fairies, performers, whatnot. So I will post some more information. This is Kate Nix. She's an amazing singer-songwriter. She does a lot of live streams. This is Posy the Fairy. She is definitely a celebrity fairy from Spoutwood. So just some little vignettes that are going to be stickers on my page. And this was part of, in classic diner fashion, a paper placemat when we went to the Double T Diner in White Marsh with my good friend Kim of Ashen Gruhan Pottery, and her sister, my husband. So, we don't get to see each other very often. So we had a lovely meal out. So, oh yeah, and a magpie shiny sticker given to me by Queen Maggie of the Magpie Court. So you know, so a sticker, whatnot. I do have the promo postcard for Bringing in the May, so I'm saving that since that'll be on the second side of the spread. So yeah, this was taped down because I had tape with me. So I think the Nature Center is on marshland. Marshland that is tidal because it is a tributary of the Chesapeake Bay. They have some beautiful raptors and animals that are animal ambassadors there. I got to have coffee one morning with a barred owl and a kestrel, and the barn owl was sleeping. But Mr. Hootie, the barred owl, was definitely alert and giving us some attention, some looks. You know, so this wristband would be trash. You wear it for 2 days, it's been washed, it's just Tyvek. But I decided I wanted to keep it and make it a thing. And I just like to play with the found papers, maybe collage and some other stuff, but see how I can just use what I find and have those be the parameters, have that be the challenge, and have fun with it. I was thinking that this piece, this is stenciled onto gold tissue paper, might just be kind of fun in the center. But I don't love that straight edge. So I'm going to leave the flip side unglued since I don't know what I'm doing on the other side of the spread yet. And it's tissue, so it won't add too much bulk to the spine of the book. I don't love that brown on the map, but I do think I want to write some things into this page. The date, some of the memories. I've now gone over that with gel medium, so I'll have to use a Posca pen, I think, to really get a good clear mark. This paper that I'm collaging in was blotter paper, just scrap that I had on the desk that had marks on it simply from, you know, scrap paper, wiping off my brush, stuff like that. So that'll go over there somewhere. One thing I want to make, there's a phrase that's associated with spoutwood, cubiondo, and it's like a called a celebration, and it's bringing the energy of the earth up. It's done in kind of a wave cheer fashion. So I wanted to put little Cubiando pennant flags on here because that's something that you see on the walk-in to welcome you to this space. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back in to write in Cubiando, to maybe put the date in there, maybe write down here. Maybe that's a good spot as well if I wanted to put in some handwriting. And then I'll see if I still want to put in my stickers. All right, stay tuned. I'll be right back. So I just wanted to show you the Canon Ivy. It is about the size of a phone, and works through an app, Bluetooth, and it prints out pieces that are sticker size is that size. But each sticker sheet turns out to be like about $1. So for something like this, not only because of the size I was working, but also to have the fun of printing the stickers but saving money, that was one. And these 4. So I've spent $2 on stickers, but I get 6 to put on my page. So it's definitely a bit of a splurge, but I think it's a fun toy. So my stuff is still a little bit sticky, so it's hard to write on. So the letters on the pennant flags were done with these Jane Davenport brush markers. They are water soluble and apparently can be blended, but I tend to use them just as is. They're really beautiful colors, very intense. But I haven't done a lot of experimenting with them yet, with blending, with a water brush. So the last thing I want to do is try and fix up my not ideal, but it gets the point across. So yeah, Marshy Point, the date, a little commentary, friends, stickers, and paper ephemera from the trip. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I like to do for me. I've got another one here, and I can finish this spread with a little more fairy mischief and mayhem after this weekend, May 14th, with the Bringing in the May. All right, thanks for tuning in to that episode of Weekly Spark, brought to you in part by the Magpie Court and fairies of all shapes and sizes. As always, click the button, like, subscribe, but I will see you next week. Bye.